Restore is going to lose, and their response will be to attack their own base. And they will attack the people, get ready for this, they will attack the people that have been smeared in the news as the extremists. Of course that's going to happen. Do you not think it's a little bit conspicuous that, yes, okay, you're getting hit pieces about Restore next to a by-election. That's going to happen. But do you not see what they're doing? They're creating, on purpose, a division inside of Restore. The neo-Nazis and the far right compared to the moderate. Compared to the Ben Habib. And even somebody like Charlie is considered a far-right figure. And I know this personally because I know the behind-the-scenes information. Ben Habib does not even like Charlie Downs. Yes, okay, Ben Habib didn't turn up to Makerfield on Saturday. Baraka didn't turn up to Makerfield on Saturday. There is clearly that contempt between the Restore base and those that have a connection with Rupert. But Alistair runs the show. Rupert does as he's told. You could see that with the interview. And when this by-election is lost, and they will not perform anywhere near as well as they're lying about performing, I've seen people put them at 19% of the vote. Like, you have to be retarded. Genuinely, you have to be, like, mentally fucking ill to think 19% of the vote will happen. But I'll tell you what will happen. They're already creating this divide. You are seeing the divide where the media and people like Habib and people like Alistair are trying to create this faction inside of Restore which solidifies itself away from the neo-Nazis and the far right. You're getting Daily Mail article after Daily Mail article. You're getting Telegram article after Telegram article. Why do you think? Because they have to blame somebody when they lose. They can blame Reform, but if they underperform, if Restore underperforms and they don't even get 10%, then they can't blame Reform. Because if Reform come out and get 30%, they have to look inwards, right? And if they look inwards, well, then who are they going to blame? Do you think Alistair is going to want to blame the top team, like Rupert, like Lewis, even like Charlie? Do you think he's going to want to blame them? Or do you think he'll want to blame the quote-unquote neo-Nazi adjacent members that have been smeared in the media for the last week? Who do you think? Who do you think they're going to want to blame? It doesn't take a genius to figure it out, but one way or another, they will blame somebody, and I guarantee you it will be those people that have been smeared as far right. That's why I said this by-election from the beginning was suicide. I said it was suicide because they're going to severely underperform in this area. Obviously. Everybody can tell you that. Even look at Rupert's language over the last few days. He keeps saying he doesn't care if Burnham wins. That's what he's saying. What he actually means is he knows Burnham's going to win. They all know Burnham is going to win. But what he's actually doing is he's putting Restore up to try and move it towards a softer approach. Because when they lose bigly in this by-election, they will have to water down their base a little bit. They will have to think, okay, we have to appear as this anti-establishment figure. We have to appear as the anti-reform party. But clearly, if we have the neo-Nazis in the party, we're going to get attacked constantly, and that's going to be a bad public image. It's the easiest thing in the world. Everybody keeps saying, oh, well, we don't have to care about being called a Nazi. Yeah, but most people do. Even the people that say they don't care about being called a Nazi. Like, when that article came out on Angloid, and bearing in mind, how many times has everyone said, like, how many times everyone said, I don't care if they call us a Nazi. I don't care if they call me a racist. I don't care what they call me. And then they get called a Nazi or a racist. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, no, they call me a racist and a Nazi. How dare they? It's like, oh, well... But that's what you're going to see. You're going to see Restore get crushed quite badly because, as I'm saying, the basic psychology between voting Reform, voting Restore when it comes to actually being at the ballot box, you're going to see Restore be crushed quite badly, And then you're going to see them start blaming the far-right people in the party. And you will have to see their policy be watered down. Alistair will not want them to be allowed this big voice in the party because they see it as bad press, bad media. Even like banning Saskia from speaking because she said about like the councillors all being white and that's what being British is about. True and based, by the way, but that's what I'm talking about. That is the direction of flow.